My husband actually doesn't want me to wear it.
Really?
He asks me to take this off all the time, and I'm like, no, dude, it's my choice. It's because I'm like super beautiful, and I don't want a bunch of dudes looking at me. I used to be a drug addict, actually. It brought me peace, and it brought me sobriety, and it brought me happiness.
Send them back. Deport all Muslims. Deport all Muslims and ban Sharia law.
We're Americans too, so. But I didn't want to talk about why I converted. I wanted to say it makes me sad when you guys say, go back to where you came from, go back. And we're like, where are we gonna go, dude? Back to Wisconsin? Because we're like,
well, where should we go? Where should we go?
We often assume guidance only belongs to those who look pure from the start. Lives neatly arranged, pasts carefully edited, sins reduced to small, polite mistakes. But Allah never asks how clean your history looks. He asks how honest your heart is when it searches for truth. But amidst the uproar of anti-Islam protests in Texas, an interview with a rising YouTuber reveals the story of an American family, one that found peace in Islam, then was considered foreign by its own people.
They're saying that Muslim is peaceful. Islam is a peaceful religion.
Look at they can say whatever their book says, but look at the actual proof in the pudding. Everywhere that they are, there's Muslim gangs. Sweden's numbers have tripled just in the last 20 years. Everywhere where they take over, all they do is sexualize our children, and because their own send them back. Deport all Muslims. Deport all Muslims and ban Sharia law. Get them out of America.
Like many young souls, she once fell, trapped in the shadows of addiction, promised freedom by a world that only knew how to take. And strangely, guidance didn't arrive from a pulpit or a stage. It came from a silent bookshelf, from pages that felt less like words and more like a letter written by the Creator, calling His servant home. The scholars spoke truth when they said, if Allah intends good for a servant, He opens the path, even before the servant knows how to ask. Now, let us witness how divine light breaks through the thickest walls of prejudice.
We're gonna sneak out here before anything happens. Do you think the Muslim woman will speak to us? Yeah. Let's see. All my stuff died. We have some Muslim woman in the hijab. How are you guys doing? Good. Can we talk to you guys? Cool. Great.
We just came to check this out.
Yeah. What did you guys think about?
We're Americans too, so.
Okay, American Muslims.
We chose to be Muslim. We're American.
Really? What made you guys convert to Islam?
It's the truth.
What makes you believe it's the
And
truth?
it brought me peace, and it brought me sobriety, and it brought me happiness.
Okay, do you
Yeah, I used to be a drug addict, actually.
think? Really, congratulations on being
Thank you
sober.
so
That's
much.
amazing.
And I believe in peace. So.
And what's like the? Can you hold this actually, Clayton?
And we also believe in making America great again. And we also
that's probably good, eh?
we also hate illegal immigrants.
Really?
Yes, we do. And we want America to be a clean, safe place as well.
And so, what made you convert to Islam?
So one thing that makes me so sad is whenever I hear you guys, because I actually follow Jake on Facebook, and I always see you holding this little mic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool that I'm here. But I didn't want to talk about why I converted. I wanted to say it makes me sad when you guys say Americans should leave and go back to where they came from, because we're like,
well, where should we go?
we have nowhere to go.
Like, we're from?
I didn't say you should get deported.
Well, yeah,
No,
that's what people be saying.
he's always saying that, and you guys are always saying it. Like, go back to where you came from, go back. And we're like, where are we going to go, dude? Back to Wisconsin?
Do you feel like any of your freedoms have been taken away since you converted to Islam?
Absolutely not. I'm way more free than I was before, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
In what ways?
And I'm definitely free to objectification.
'Cause, like, when I look at Islam, like from a woman's perspective, you seem to be happy wearing that.
This yours too.
But like,
My husband actually doesn't want me to wear it.
really?
He asked me to
But, like,
take this
I wouldn't
off.
want to wear that.
He asked me to take this off all the time, and I'm like, no, dude, it's my choice.
And what made you want to wear that? Is that that's the hijab? Is that the hijab as well?
It's the niqab with the hijab, but it's because I'm like super beautiful and I don't want a bunch of dudes looking at me. No, I used to get hollered at all the time, seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
So now you don't get hollered at.
No, I don't, except for by Muslim haters. Different type of holler.
And what made you want to convert to Islam? Because I'm actually super curious. Because like you're seeing the rise of Islam in these towns, and we're gonna do this documentary. So, what made you convert to Islam?
So this is my mom, and she converted when I was really young, and I kind of just like did it with her. And so, I mean, I feel like my story is less of like a conversion story, but I'm super confident in my choice of being a Muslim, and I feel so happy to be this way because I feel like it just like gives me like a way to live, and I'm not just like one of these people. Like when people are like atheist and stuff, I feel like they just are like
They're lost.
Yeah, no,
They're
I agree. I don't
lost.
like atheism either.
All of our family is Christian, so like
Yeah.
my parents are Christian.
Yeah, I want to get like a clear response because I want to make a documentary, and we haven't really spoken to any women who have converted to Islam. So I'd like to ask you, like, why did you convert to Islam?
Why did I convert to Islam? Okay, like you want my actual story?
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be like a famous story because.
You're live right now. You got about 10,000 people watching.
All right. Well.
gosh.
Hi. So when I was 16, I was dating this guy who was 22. His name was Jacob Roth. Yeah, call him out. And he did illegal things for money, and I got pregnant with my daughter, and I was just like living the fast life. I've always been a gold digger. I still am. That's why I like being a Muslim, actually, because women have rights and our men have to provide for us. So anyways, but I'll go back to that. He ended up going to prison, and I was kind of just like on my own. Like, how am I going to pay the bills? I don't want to work for money. And like I said, I was a drug addict, and I just kind of hit rock bottom. And I was at Barnes & Noble's one day, and I was letting my daughter play with the Thomas the Train sets just to get out of like my mind, like thoughts and stuff. And I was reading the Quran in English, and it just seemed really interesting to me at that time. I had never met a Muslim before. I put it back on the shelf, and I went back about my life, went home, got high, like lived my life. And a few weeks later, like something in my brain was like, you should go back and read more of that, check it out. And I went back to Barnes & Noble, got my little Starbucks, sat there, and I was reading it, and it was in my heart. Like, it just hit me. I was like, this is the truth. And I started researching online about Muslims, and of course I found a lot of really bad stuff, but also a lot of really good stuff that made sense. And I decided that I wanted to live the life of a true believer and worship only God, and that's when I made the decision. But I had never met a Muslim. I was scared, actually. Scared to go to a mosque, scared to meet a Muslim. And about 9 months into my conversion, I went to the mosque for the first time, and I saw a woman wearing a niqab. My heart started pounding, and I was like sweating and shaking, and I wanted to leave the mosque because I was like, this lady's gonna kill everybody in here. I stayed, I listened to the message, and it was so peaceful, and I realized that like these are real people and they're good people, and it just brought me peace. And since that day, that was 2011. I've been Muslim since 2011. Yeah.
And how many other people have you seen convert to Islam?
A lot.
Would you say Islam is rising rapidly here in Texas?
So we're new to Texas. We've only been here 4 months. We're from Wisconsin, actually. And in Wisconsin, it's growing really quickly. And I find that a lot of people have similar stories that, like, God found them lost and, like, guided them. And they just find peace and happiness through the religion. It's not really what everyone thinks it is. And most people are very uneducated about what Islam can actually provide for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for speaking with us.
I don't shake hands with men.
Yeah, and
but-
so women don't also shake hands. I find that super weird.
Yeah, well, we just don't
I
touch the opposite
respect it.
gender. We shake hands with other women.
Yeah, and I also don't understand like why women can't be praying side by side with the husband. It has to be like behind.
I do pray side by side with my husband, just not with other men. So it's just so that we're not objectified, pretty much, and so that men can focus. I mean, could you pray and focus on God with a booty in your face?
I wouldn't be, like, I think side by side, I wouldn't be having a booty in my face, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But, like, side by side, I think, like, Eve came from the rib, she didn't come from the vertebrae, you know, that, like, signifies that men and women are equal.
Yeah. So
In my eyes.
Actually, in Islam, we think that women are above men, so sorry, we don't believe in that equality.
Really? Because then
Yeah,
also, I've
for
heard
sure.
the voice of a woman's, like, and for a country like Iran, they need, like, 2 women to testify for that voice to be full.
So just to clarify that a lot of stuff that happens in other countries is cultural and not the actual religion. And as a convert, I find a lot of people who are born Muslim who don't know the truth about Islam, and it's all just kind of watching their family do what they think is the religion. And even I'm married to a born Muslim from another country. Well, he's an American citizen, but his family is from another country. And even he has learned a lot about the religion just from being married to a convert. So a lot of the things that you see, like female genital mutilation, taking wives who are under the age of consent, beating wives, like a lot of these things are not actually from the religion, but they're cultural.
I think that's, like, also, like, an issue with it, too. It's, like, if Islam's practiced one way in Iran, a different way in Iraq, different way in Saudi Arabia, then everyone comes here to the United States. You have all these other people who are claiming they're Muslim,
that's
but then
why
there's also
Yeah.
people who, like, in Iran, the woman's voice is not equal as the man. So
this
it's like,
is
okay,
why
you're bringing
they need
people
to stay in
in.
their country and practice that way.
Exactly.
And
That's like what this stuff's against, like the
anybody
immigration
who
of it.
immigrates to America needs to be like properly vetted and have background checks.
And I can't tell if you're, like, just playing me or not, or if you're actually Islam.
No, we're Muslim.
We are Muslim. I have my 3 kids in the car. My
proud
son's name is
Muslim.
Muhammad, alhamdulillah. And my 2 other daughters. We were watching live stream and the dirty language being used towards that girl and her father at that mosque that Muslims don't actually go to, by the way. The one that was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Not epic. Yeah, Muslims don't go there.
Wow, so many misconceptions, and so now I'm even more confused.
And so I was
Thank
like,
you guys
why
so
are
much.
you guys yelling? So I didn't want to bring my young kids out because
yeah, don't bring
I
them.
can find that a lot of the people aren't very respectful.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well,
Yeah.
guys, I can't shake your hand. What do you
Yeah,
guys do then?
nice
Just say thanks to
talking to
Amanda
you.
Liz?
No,
Like-
we only bet on to God.
But then,
yeah.
like, how do you, like, if you just give him peace? So, you, like, instead of shaking your hand, you just, like, because I saw,
No, we
like,
don't take kisses.
what's his name, the UFC fighter, I saw, like, when a woman offered to shake his hand, he just went like this.
Yeah, it means like I don't shake hands with you.
Yeah, so what do women do when another man offers to shake hands?
I say I don't shake hands
Yeah.
with men.
Just don't.
Really?
Yeah.
What about, like, high
But
fives, any of that
I want
stuff?
to make it clear to everybody that not all Muslims are foreigners, and we love America. That's why we're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. How's everybody?
We are reminded of something essential. Islam is not a cage, it is a home. A place where tired souls finally rest, a shelter for hearts starving for dignity. This story proves a quiet reality. No matter how dark the past may be, it is never powerful enough to block a beautiful future, as long as one hand still holds on to the rope of Allah. Ibn Atayallah once wrote in Al-Hikam, Allah may open the door of sin for you, only to make it the reason you return to Him. And perhaps, through this story, there is a gentle whisper from the throne holder intended for all of us. Do not rush to hate those who hurt you today, because from the direction you least expect, Allah may be reviving Islam once again, slowly, silently, but inevitably.